Hey Cynics, I'm Tucker, and I've been thinking about Star Wars. And I'm wondering, was Obi-Wan really a good guy? I mean, I know that seems like super obvious. Of course he was. He's one of our main Jedi. He's a main character. He shapes Luke. But that's where I start to wonder. So I was thinking about the way he acts in the original trilogy. Let's just forget about the prequels for a minute. But in the original trilogy, what kind of behavior do we see from him? Starting off, he hides out on Tatooine within enough distance that Luke knows who he is. Doesn't really know much about him, but he knows who he is. He's at least familiar with him, and Obi-Wan's familiar with Luke. But he doesn't tell him who he is. He allows Luke to grow up believing that he's just a moisture farmer. Owen and Beru are his aunt and uncle. Still hazy on that. I'm not exactly sure who they're supposed to be related to. Are they Anakin's brother or sister? Or Padme? I don't know. They don't really tell us in the original trilogy. But going off of just the original trilogy, Obi-Wan doesn't reveal himself until it becomes absolutely desperate. And when he does, he lies to Luke about who Luke is, who his dad is, what happened to his dad, never tells him that he has any other family, allows him to believe that he is completely alone, and that Vader is the one who killed off his entire family and caused him to be stranded on this planet. That right there is awfully shady. I don't really see any good motivation for doing that. It seems manipulative. He wants Luke to be a certain way, and he wants him to go about a certain path, so he tells him lies that will push him towards that path. As far as that goes, we don't actually see the Empire involved in any bad way in Luke's life. The only information we have that they've done anything to Luke is what Obi-Wan tells us. Obi-Wan is the one who says that the Jawas were all killed by stormtroopers, with his whole only stormtroopers could be this precise. And yet, as we watch the rest of the trilogy, the stormtroopers miss constantly. I mean, it's a cliche at this point how bad of shots the stormtroopers are. But Obi-Wan tells us only stormtroopers could have done this. I have doubts. Then we see Owen and Beru, our Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, are burnt to a crisp. Now, we're led to believe that this is the stormtroopers cleaning up the mess of the Death Star plans being stolen. But we don't actually see them do it. We don't actually even see any evidence that the Empire was there. We're just left to assume. And Obi-Wan doesn't correct. But did they actually do it at all? Don't know. I have theories. Moving past that, whenever they go to Mos Eisley and they're looking for a ship to take them off-world, Obi-Wan uses his Jedi mind powers, the whole mind trick thing, to warp the stormtroopers' understanding of what's going on and let them pass. And he talks about how they're weak-minded. Now that seems pretty arrogant. These are guys who have never seen a Jedi. There's only two in the universe. They've never dealt with this. They're not trained for this. What makes them weak-minded exactly? And secondly, is that a bad thing? I mean, in this universe, the only person that we see that can resist a Jedi mind trick is Jabba, who's like pure evil and a criminal overlord. So a regular stormtrooper is weak-minded, but a crime boss is strong-minded. Not really sure if being strong-minded is a good thing in this universe. Then, let's see. They leave. That's when he tells Luke all the lies about who his dad is and what happened and all that, and further reinforces Luke's hatred of the Empire and solidifies his mission to now become a Jedi so that he can avenge his father. Now, that right there, that's not pure motives. The Jedi are supposed to be all about control, avoiding fear and hate and anger, but Obi-Wan reinforces all of these things. He pushes Luke towards that. Now, he goes kind of quiet for a little while. He's not really that important to the story until they get to the Death Star. And he faces off against Vader and for some reason decides that the best thing that he can do is let Vader kill him. Why? How does that benefit anybody? That robs Luke of a teacher and a mentor, which he needs badly, because up until this point he has zero training. He's just kind of been handed a lightsaber and told, go for it. Find Yoda. He's out there probably, Dagobah system. You've never been off your planet, so you don't have a clue where that is or how to get there, but good luck, buddy. You can do it. You'll be a Jedi. And just lets Vader kill him, which, in my mind, the only possible benefit that could have is to further solidify Luke's hatred of Vader and the Empire. Other than that, I don't see how Obi-Wan's death does anything beneficial or why Obi-Wan would choose that path. He says, if you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than you could ever imagine. Okay, that's great. You're super powerful, Ghost Man. Now you can telepathically communicate with Luke and get him to blow stuff up. I guess that's beneficial for everybody. I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. Tell me what you think. Stay cynical.